Hi all, Hipper here. Today we are taking out the new Tier 6 battleship North Carolina, and I'm using a very typical Sims build here with a double accuracy, well, dispersion build, pretty much. And everything is just, yeah, a sniper build, basically. So, not many ships are that interesting to me in this update here, actually, almost none of them, except for this one here, the North Carolina, which is the new Tier 6 American battleship. And the reason I find it interesting is that it kind of takes over from Colorado at Tier 6 because I really hate Colorado. It's one of the worst ships to play in the game, in my opinion. I think it is so boring to play. I was hoping North Carolina would be better, and it is. It's much better. It's much more like Iowa. Um, and I still don't understand why North Carolina was whatever, something in that class, isn't the Tier 7 battleship instead of Iowa. Then Iowa would be legendary or something like that. It's just strange because it's a very big jump from Colorado to Iowa, in my opinion. So, yeah, the good thing is that I don't have to worry about Colorado ever again. And if I want to play Tier 6 battleships, which I actually really like, I think it's probably the best tier for battleships. This is now my favorite at the tier, the North Carolina, definitely. It's really nothing special. It's just like a little bit smaller Iowa, I guess. But it hits hard, and it's fairly maneuverable, and the AA is pretty good. And I mean, it's a pretty standard American battleship, and it's just that it's at tier 6, which I like, instead of Colorado. So yeah, like I've said, I'm very happy to get rid of Colorado at tier 6. So in my opinion, North Carolina is the highlight of this update here. And it's, like I said, it's solid ship. I like it. I've only played it 3 or 4 battles, but I feel right at home, and it's just easy to play and easy to do well in, and it doesn't really have any sore points, at least that I have found so far. And that's not the same thing you can say about the premium, the Florida, which you'll see in a second. That thing is squishy, so I'll demonstrate that in a moment. Now, if you want to get North Carolina during this update here, you'll have to buy the crates, and the drop rate is only 0.5% for the standard crates and 1% for the more expensive crates. So you could be looking at buying like 100 crates to get this ship. Is it that good? No. I mean, unless you are very, very into American battleships. No, it's not that good. Don't spend that much money on getting this ship. Just wait till next month, where you can just research it as normal. It is definitely worth it. And speaking of the new line, I don't think the tier 7, the Kansas, looks very good. It just looks like a very big, fat toad that all the AT spammers are going to have a great time setting on fire. So I don't have high hopes for that. So like I said, North Carolina was what I was looking forward to, and I am definitely not disappointed. I like it better than any of the other battleships that's available in this update here, including the Georgia. I'm not too crazy about that. So anyway, here we have Florida, and we're just going to give him a salvo, and then I'm going to show you how squishy this ship here is. So he only got one citadel, but he's nearly taken out. So yeah, I wouldn't spend money on Florida for certain. So another plus over North Carolina over Georgia is that you will never face legendary ships in North Carolina because it is a tier 6. Unless you fail division, of course, but why would you do that? So that is actually quite a big plus with this ship here, because I think it is almost as good as Iowa. It's not as precise or accurate, if you will, but almost. And the reload is fine, and I'm having a good time in this ship here, and I really have no need to play the tier 7s. Now that I have North Carolina, I think it is more than accurate, like than adequate. And it'll probably be my favorite battleship after Yamato, I think. So far, it's looking very, very bright. Now, this whole new American battleship line does make you wonder if that's really what the game needed at the moment. And I don't think so. I think we have plenty of battleships. And if any nation needed battleships, it would be the Italians, which would have been a lot more interesting, I think. But that wasn't the way Wargaming decided things should be, so I guess I'm not complaining. It's always good to have a larger, selection of ships, but I mean, it's not what I would have chosen for this update. But anyway, here they are, and I guess we'll have to wait a little bit longer for the Italian battleship line, unfortunately. So I've played the Georgia for a few battles as well, and I like it, but I don't think it's the highlight of the update. It is the campaign ship, but I don't know. I don't think 6 barrels is enough to have enough impact, unless you are like farming update noobs that are out and trying out the new battleships, and I can see lots of people doing that, which is fair enough. But in like a normal battle, I'm not sure how well Georgia will perform compared to Iowa or North Carolina, for that matter, or Kansas. I just think the 6 barrels, although it has a very nice reload, it's just yeah. I prefer 9. Let's put it that way. So one of the things I like about North Carolina is that it is fairly agile for a battleship. I mean, it doesn't have fantastic rudder, and it's certainly not fast, but it has quite a small turning radius, and it is quite nimble, I think, and I like that. That makes it more fun to play, I think, and it makes you able to pull off more interesting stuff. Now, I am a little bit disappointed there's not more content for non-battleship players in this update here, and I do realize the last few campaign ships have been cruisers, but it would have been nice with a premium that wasn't a battleship this update here. And it's going to be a pretty dry month for me, I think, because there's not much new stuff that I like other than North Carolina, but I'm not a big battleship player anyway, so the shine will probably go off this ship in a week or so, and then I'll probably never touch it again, which is a bit of a shame. But I have high hopes for the next update in only 5 weeks. So if we get into this battle here, then this is a battle where I would have given my probably my right arm to have been in a cruiser instead, because my team is really, really timid, and they need someone to, pave the way, and I can't do that in a battleship, unfortunately. I'll just get torped. So it is a bit of a shame, and our carrier is also, I'm not going to say useless, but probably just some guy practicing, because he doesn't spot any destroyers or help us take any caps or anything like that. So it is a bit of a flat battle, this one here. I mean, I end up doing well, actually the best on the team, and so the guy below me gets a Kraken, and I get High Caliber and Confederate, and still we actually lose. And that's just the way these days here following an update is, because there's lots of people out there and they're all trying out new ships, like this Tennessee guy here, and that's just the way it is. So if you don't want to lose battles that should have been sure wins, then those don't play at least for a couple of days. Now I realize that I'm getting flanked by 2 destroyers now, and the cruiser sitting here next to me, he's really only interested in getting a Kraken, I can tell. So I'm not really going to put a lot of trust in him. So I'm choosing to take the fight to the destroyers, at least one of them. So if I can clean out this flank here, I will have a better chance, because it's really hard to face torpedoes coming from 2 sides at once. That's pretty much impossible. And luckily this guy here is a little bit premature on the torpedoes there, so I'm able to avoid them, which is lucky. And it even gives my good friend here in the New Orleans another kill. So that lines me up for the Tennessee here, and I really want to cap, because if we don't get another cap right now, we're going to lose. And I'm just expecting this New Orleans to go and defend C, because obviously the other destroyer is heading there. So that would be nice. I could have taken care of that Tennessee very easily by myself. And our carrier got whacked by a cruiser at the edge of the map because he didn't stick with us, or at least stay a little bit closer to the actual objective of the game. I mean, yeah, it is a good strategy to hide in your carrier, but don't hide all the way in the corner of the map unless there's a reason to do it. It takes very long for the planes to actually get anywhere then, and I mean, it would just make more sense for him to push in at least a little bit closer, and perhaps use his planes to spot destroyers at the 2 red caps instead of the blue one that we already have. But anyway, my plan is to cap this cap here and then approach the C cap from the other side, so we'll be able to catch the destroyer in there. And that's why I actually have to tell this cruiser here that now is probably a good time to try to defend this cap here instead of poaching kills. So we are going to approach the C cap from the other side, and we are down on points now by a lot, so it really has to work. So he manages to reset the cap, which is great. Good work there. And he's also spotting the destroyer. But I'm still capping over here, so I'm just going to finish, and then I'm going to head straight towards C and hopefully help this cruiser guy out here. And I am putting my trust in the other battleship here to defend B, because I'm not really sure what it is that he's doing over there, because he really should just be capping A, but nothing seems to happen. Like I said earlier, the week after an update, you just have to accept these things here. And usually after a few days, all the Wallet Warriors with their new campaign premiums and whatnot, they will disappear, and the game will be back to normal. I mean, not that that is quality when the game is back to normal, but at least it's better than after an update. It's probably the worst time to play this game, actually. So anyway, we capped, and we're going to head towards C now to see if we can't wrestle it from this destroyer here. But with a minute and a half left, the only way we can win now is by taking out all the enemy ships and getting ahead on points. And even then, it's going to be a tough one. So I have pretty much accepted that this is a loss at this point. So anyway, this defeat is not North Carolina's fault. I think this ship does really, really well in almost all situations, except if you like are under torp threat. But that is pretty much the same with most battleships. I mean, if you let yourself get into a torp situation, then yeah, you're in trouble. At least North Carolina is agile enough to at least make a good effort in escaping. So anyway, just to finish this video here off, I mean, North Carolina, absolutely solid ship. Very, very nice battleship. Very, very easy to play and very rewarding, in my opinion. I'm not a big battleship player, and I really like it. So is it worth researching your way towards in next month, absolutely yes. I think everyone should do that if they enjoy this game the least. But buying crates to get it, and buying potentially 100 or 150 crates, no, absolutely not. It's not that good. So just wait until next month if you don't want to spend money. So anyway, that's the game here. Confederate, high caliber, 127, well, almost 128,000 damage, and first, but a loss. So I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you out there.